Are you constantly reminding your coworkers? Sorry,
I got it.
the thing. Constantly reminding your coworkers how old you really are.
Was perfect.
If you said yes, you're not alone.
I'm not intending to remind them, but my actions rewind them. Courtney is standing by to learn how we manage the age gaps
I
here at
feel
work.
seen right now.
So much to talk about. So Rosalind, we were talking about, and we were laughing so heartily because this is probably the first time in history where you've got so many, the dichotomy of age groups that are in a newsroom or in a workplace.
Yes.
Is so vast. We've got Gen Z, Millennial, Gen X for sure, and then even some boomers.
Yes.
We're all working in the same space at the same time, trying to communicate. It's a hot mess.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I couldn't have put it better. And it's just the way that you communicate, and that is the crux of relationships.
Just the styling of communication, slang words, all that stuff is probably the first thing that we notice.
Well, if I want to highlight my age, I'm going to start using, all the slang words as many times as I can. All I'm doing is highlighting it, and they're going to turn around and roll their eyes at me.
Right.
Like you're trying too hard.
Yeah,
now, if I drop one in with a little smile, they'll probably find it charming.
Okay.
But I wouldn't do that. Save it for happy hour. Or at home.
Keep that
for
easy.
The slangs.
Okay, what about exclusion from conversations? I will admit we're guilty of that a lot here on the show.
Well, part of it is you don't want to explain like, okay, a VHS, let me tell you what that was. You just want to have your darn conversation and move on. Similar to Gen Xers may have these trinkets that we're not familiar with and they don't want to bother or, just assume that you wouldn't understand.
Okay, so we also do this a lot. We give parental advice to our coworkers in the sense that it's like, oh, back in the day we used to do X, Y, and Z. Do they want to hear that?
Some may, but generally I would avoid it unless they ask you, or you're familiar with the sensitivities and you're familiar with their personalities, that you could say that and introduce it more of, oh, we used to do that, not you should be doing this. It is very different when you're giving advice to people. And then they'll put you in that category too. And you're just, again, highlighting that we're very different.
Right. Okay, we also compare our coworkers with our parents or our children. Like I do this all the time. I call John Uncle Dabs when he says something old-timey, or I call myself Auntie Courtney, when I feel like I'm sounding like an old lady. But we do that sometimes. We put ourselves and our coworkers in parent and child categories, which can be
the relationship. If you have that relationship and it's here and there, but you have your work conversations as well, I think that's okay.
Yeah.
However, if you're going to say, well, oh, my little Billy, when he was young, he liked donuts on Monday, so here it is, and you want to like fill in your child need, your motherly need with a coworker, you can't, and vice versa. You don't want to go, oh, my mom has a sweater just like that. Even if she does, leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Yeah. Something that's very important that you brought up was weaponizing your age.
Oh, I can be grumpy because I'm old. If I'm going to use it to my advantage sometimes, or I don't like eating that kind of food, so I want to pick the restaurant, or I get the promotion because I'm more seasoned, or I demand respect because I am older. All of these things, or I get to say what I want because, old people get a pass. Any of those things are using your age, but not to your advantage. It's to highlight, again, and to put them ill at ease with the age as well.
Yeah, and we do make a lot of assumptions as well. So if people wanted to get in contact with you and just kind of maybe have you come and do a seminar in the workplace or something like that, can they do so?
Yes. In fact, I have 2 scheduled with 2 big corporations because of that problem. And it all focuses on communication. And it's just rosalindarandall.com, and it's very easy. And also, don't talk about your medications and your ailments, okay, and how much you miss VHS. Just don't do that.
I just talked about perimenopause today. Okay, I'm gonna throttle it back. Listen, we're gonna make it super easy for you to contact Rosalinda. She is on our webpage, gooddaysacramento.com, under show info and today's date. Thank you, as always, a breath of knowledge.
I can't hear you.
What's that you say, Sonny?
It's a pleasure.
I do agree. It's good advice about not using the slang, because anytime I drop 6, 7, I end up feeling totally chopped around here.
See, and now it's so cringy, we got to go to break. We'll be right back.